So we are here at Luke Air Force Base, and as simple as that promotion was to make me look like a fighter pilot, that's not going to happen. I'm learning the difficulties this morning. So we are in the emergency procedure training. It's kind of like a flight simulator, but this is for the training to make sure that the pilots are safe in the case that they have to eject. We are joined by Staff Sergeant Ochoa. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. All right, this thing is a tight fit, isn't it?
It is a tight fit, and especially for those taller pilots, we have a process to get in, and they make it actually look fairly easy. So I'm impressed every time I see a 6'4", 6'3" pilot slide into this. So.
Well, no such problem with me here this morning. What are some of the things you train with this?
So for this, we practice proper body position on ejection procedures, as well as for
Getting
people
in
who are
and out.
not familiar with climbing in out of a jet every day, how to safely do it without hurting themselves or any of the instruments inside of the jet. So we practice that. We practice the basic controls and features that, again, people who are not familiar with the jet need to touch and how to work them. And with our regular pilots, we practice regular body procedures for ejecting, and if there is an emergency on the ground, how to quickly disconnect and the proper procedures to get out and get away from the aircraft.
So there is a proper procedure to eject?
Yes, sir, absolutely. There's body position to minimize damage, and just certain steps they need to take in case certain malfunctions happening with the jet. So.
Yeah, obviously you hate for that to happen,
Absolutely.
but you want them to be prepared in case of that emergency.
Yes, sir. That's why we practice it every so often, so they have that repetition, that muscle memory to quickly get out of the jet.
All right, once they eject, then they come over to this one, right?
Yes, sir. Once they eject, we have a what we call a post-ejection checklist. So, boom, the canopy opens, they're under the canopy, and now there's some steps they need to take. So we're going to strap you in right now.
Get right in
Yeah,
here.
good. Same thing on the other side.
All right, and talk about this suit here.
So this is our anti-G suit. Basically, it works, there's 5 bladders inside of it. So as soon as the jet starts pulling over 4 Gs, it will tighten up, keeping the blood from rushing, essentially keeping you conscious so you're not passing out under all that G strain.
Okay.
There's also a breathing technique that they use. It's called the anti-G strain maneuver. They practice that as well. And basically, its goal is to keep the pilot conscious.
All right, hand me the helmet there.
Yeah, double check that
We'll
one.
strap
Make
it.
sure you're
Oh,
good there.
that wouldn't have been good.
That
huh?
wouldn't have been good at all.
That wouldn't have been good.
There you go.
Let's put this thing on, and if they were to have to eject, you want them to be able to use these parachutes properly.
Yes, sir. So we are practicing. We give them different types of scenarios, different types of malfunctions, so they get used to or at least recognize the malfunction in the problem to quickly correct it. So there you go.
So, and I steer right here with these things?
What I want you to do now is pull them hard all the way down. There you go, just like that. Now look straight up at your canopy, a little higher. So you see that at the back? Pulling those hard will release 4 of those lines out the back of the canopy, and that's going to stabilize you and give you a little bit better control. So now you can steer like you would normally and go ahead and find a good landing spot. Now if you want to turn right, pull hard right. If you want to turn left, pull hard left.
And you said down on the ground, you want to find the best open spot.
Safest spot available to you, and sometimes you got to make the best out of a bad situation. You want to avoid hazards or anything that could potentially harm you.
How fast am I falling?
Right now you are falling roughly about 23.7 feet per second.
All right, Scott and Olivia, let's hope for a safe landing out here. This is absolutely cool, but you know, this isn't a scenario you want to happen, but they have to be prepared just in case. This thing is pretty tight here, so as I continue my descent down, guys, take it away.
Yeah, earlier we talked with the explosive, what did they don't say detonation, they say disposal team.
Right, that's right.
And you know, they talked about the training kicking in, and we were talking to them during the commercial about some of their real life action that they saw. So I mean, that's the kind of training that you don't want to have to use it, but it's going to be there when you need it.
Exactly, and that's what that's all about. See where it says danger, ejection seat? That canopy blows off there, and then they go flying through the air, and that's what Hobby's hooked to right there.